So boom. So today I'm gonna get into the 3 main mindsets when it comes to money and finances. You got the broke man's mindset, you got the poor man's mindset, and you've got the rich man's mindset. Now this one's easy, innit? Everyone knows what the broke man's mindset is, and everyone can work out what the rich man's mindset is. But what's the poor man's mindset? The poor man's mindset is in between the rich man and the broke man's mindset, but it leans more towards the broke man's mindset. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a few different financial situations and I'm going to basically explain how the broke man would react to it, how the poorer man would react to it, and how the rich man mindset would react to it. Boom. The first financial situation is going to be the lottery. If the broke man wins the lottery, he's just going to splash out. He's going to live every day like it's last. Balmain, Lamborghinis, Gucci sliders, trips to Dubai, outside that Ras Clark, a 1-million-star hotel and that. Furthermore, a man's going to book a hotel room in that 1-million-star hotel, innit? Literally, a few years back, I thought to myself, that 6 or 7-star hotel in Dubai, I wonder how much the rooms are per night. You know, you can rent one room for one night for 25 grand. 25 bags, you know. Inside this room, the one that I viewed, it looked like somewhere something like the inside of Windsor Castle, where the Queen stays. Literally, it's mad. Go and check it out yourself, innit? So, the broke man, when he wins the lottery, he's gonna go and splash out this club, that club, on Instagram, taking pictures, get that on Snap. Man's gonna tell the whole world that he's got money in it. Literally, the most expensive car that he can buy. He's gonna go on some mad trips and holidays and that. A man's not gonna think about investing that money one bit. He's just gonna blow the whole cash. The poorer man, he's gonna save. He ain't gonna spend a penny of his lottery winnings, you know. Literally, a man will not invest a penny. A man will just leave the money to gather dust in a bank account. All right. He might buy a property just to move out of the area that he's in because he might not like where he lives. He's going to buy a property somewhere else. Other than that, the man's not going to invest no money. A man's not going to take no risk. A man's not going to win a big amount of money from the lottery and think to himself, okay, how can I turn this money into more money? How can I make a smart, wise investment? Furthermore, there have been reports of lottery winners going back to work after they win the lottery, you know. Not because they've blown all the money, because they don't know how to spend. They don't know how to invest the money wisely, you know. And it's partly to do with, and this is why people need to get out of the frame of mind of being a 9-to-5 person for the rest of their life. There's certain individuals out here, they win the lottery and they don't know what to do with themselves. So literally, they go back to work, you know. Now they might go out and spend money or whatever in it, yeah, but they still go back to work because with all that free time, imagine most people work 40, 50 hours a week. They're so lost in the matrix of working for a next man that when they get free time off, they don't know what to do with themselves. So the poor man, if he wins the lottery, he ain't spending a damn penny. He's too scared to invest that money. He don't know how to turn this set of money into more money. I know, man. They have good jobs and they have a lot of savings, but they got a poor man's mindset. They've got a wad of cash in their bank account. I know a man told me, was it 5-6 years ago? Yeah, I've got 60 grand in my account. I guarantee you right now, this man, unless he's bought a property, which he probably ain't because he's got a poor man's mindset, he's probably sitting on 200 grand in cash, literally. If he told me he's got 200 grand in cash, I'll believe him because a man's got a poor man's mindset. A man don't know how to invest in anything, or if he does make an investment, it's something stupid, something minor in it. Oh yeah, I'll invest £100 into this shares in this company, whatever in it. A man's not going to take no big risks or anything. Not stupid risks. A man's not going to take no risks. A man thinks that buying a property is a risk. There's no risk. There's no real risk in buying a property. The worst thing that can happen is you buy a property in the wrong area. For example, or you buy a property in an area that don't appreciate as much. So if you've got a certain amount of money, I would advise someone buy a property close to London rather than closer to Northampton, innit? Imagine there's a big line. London's at the bottom, Northampton's at the top. You're better off buying a property for the same value closer to London than the same value in Northampton, because it's going to go up faster, innit? But that's the poor man's mindset. A poor man a man will win the lottery and not spend a penny of it. Forget about splashing now, innit? Yeah, a man won't spend a penny of it. A man won't invest nothing because a man's scared. The poor man has a limited mindset. And obviously, as you could guess, the rich man, he's going to make investments. A rich man will win 3 million in the lottery and think to himself, all right, boom, let me buy a little car, let me buy a couple properties and that, innit? But how can I turn the rest of this money into more money? Yeah, the rich man thinks about wealth, innit? How can I turn this amount of money into more money? A rich man don't go out and blow money and spend money like an idiot and that. A rich man is smart with money. Obviously, we all like nice things and we all, as long as you've been working, you're entitled to nice things. A rich man will think to yourself, how can I turn this into this? Furthermore, you know what? Even playing the lottery, that's a broke man. That's a poor man's mindset, you know. You see, a rich man don't think about getting rich quick, you know. That's how a broke person thinks. That's how a poor man thinks. So you know what? I might even have to remove a rich man from this financial category because rich people don't play the lottery, you know. That's a broke man that does. That's a poor man that does that, you know. Next one, investments. Broke man don't make investments. Do you know the only time a broke man makes investments? When he's blown all his money and he's got a little bit left and he thinks to himself, right, how can I use this money to get back to the 50 grand? So a man had 50 grand in the beginning. He didn't think about investing from day one. He blew all the money, got down to his last 5 bags and thinks to himself, how can I get these 5 bags to turn into 50 bags? That's the only time a broke man invests his money. Broke man don't make investments. Broke man are stupid. Broke man live for the moment. A poorer man, no, I'm not making no investments whatsoever. It's too risky. This is why poorer people never get anywhere, because they're scared to step out of their comfort zone. They're scared to take a risk, you know. Poorer man will never make no investments in that. It's too risky. I'd rather stay comfortable. I'd rather stay safe. A rich man, always investing, always taking risks. Not stupid risks, smart risks. A man's trying to turn this amount of money into that. But a man's not trying to get rich quick. A man's trying to build up wealth, which I'm going to get into a bit later. So a rich man's always investing, always taking risks. Smart risk, not stupid risk. Not, Bitcoin's popping, cryptocurrency is popping and that. Yeah, so I'm just going to throw 50 grand at that. No. Rich man don't do nonsense like that. Savings. A broke man don't save, you know. A man don't save nothing. He spends. Almost like a gal. You know how women are, they don't save money, innit? Yeah, there's a few select women and that. But most women, they just spend. A broke man does not spend. He don't think about tomorrow or next month or next year. He don't care, innit? Yeah, it's almost like a man has got some kind of malfunction in his brain. I know, man, there's certain men right now, when they get money, they don't know how to retain it and hold on to it. They don't know, it's almost like they're allergic to money. Oh, I need to get rid of it and that. So broke man do not save in it, yeah, they just spend money. A poor man, a man save every penny. A man don't spend at all. It's a good discipline, it's a good way to be for a certain amount of time. But they fall into the trap of not ever spending any money, of not making any wise, smart investments and that. Them man, they just save, they're cheap asses, they're frugal and that. They don't want to let go of no pennies or nothing like that. If you know anyone right now, they're a cheap person, all they do is save money without any end goal of actually purchasing anything. They got a poor man's mindset. I can think of a few people right now. A man with the rich man's mindset, he saves enough money for a rainy day. So let's say, for example, his monthly expenditure is £3,000. What he will do is have 5 months worth of monthly expenditure saved up. So that's 15 grand. Other than that, any spare money that comes in, he's looking to invest it in something. Rich man don't sit on money. That's how poor man think, you know. Think to yourself, you know all these celebrities that you hear about? Jay-Z's a billionaire, Kanye West is a billionaire, P. Diddy is a billionaire or near a billionaire. Do you think these people actually have $1 billion sitting in their bank account? If you think that, you're sadly mistaken, you know. Them man, they have a net worth of $1 billion. So whatever investments they've got, let's say it's properties or cars, whatever in it, yeah. All of their assets, minus their debts and that's their net worth. Them man, they're not sitting on $1 billion. People with a rich mindset don't sit on cash. That's how a man with a poor mindset thinks. So The rich man mindset is, okay, have enough money for a rainy day. If things go bad, got something to fall back on, a contingency fund. But other than that, any spare cash that comes in, invest it. Not blow it, not spend it on stupidness, but invest it. When times get hard, a broke man, he's going to put two palms together and pray to the Most High. He's going to expect God to fix his problems for him, instead of getting off his ass and fixing them himself. Or a man might go down to the local payday loan shop. One or the two. A man's not going to fix you, so you know what? Yeah, I'm in a rut. I need to get myself out of this rut. What can I do to get myself out of this rut? A man's going to put two palms together and pray to the Most High, or go down to the local payday loan shop. A man with a poor man's mindset, and this is a good thing, isn't it? Right. I don't need Sky. I don't need Netflix. I don't need to be a member of this swimming club until I get myself out of this rut. A man might take it a bit too far though and start up a Ross Clark car boot sale or something like that. A man will start selling his fridge, washing machine, his cooker and that. A man might take it a little bit too far in it. But the poor man's mindset is okay. And this is a good thing as well. Man's not knocking it. Yeah, get rid of Sky. I don't need to go table tennis club no more. I don't need Netflix. A man will get rid of all the privileges. Cut off the gym membership and them things there, innit? A rich man might do the same, you know. He might say to himself, you know what, I'm in a rut right now, innit? Let me get rid of the Sky. Let me cancel my swimming classes. Let me get rid of Netflix and that. Let me get rid of all these privileges and that. But he's also going to say to himself, what can I do to get myself out of this rut? I'm not going to pray to the Most High or go to a payday loan company. What can I do to get myself out of this rut? That's what a rich man's mindset will do. Debt. Broke man love racking up debt. Do you know what it is? Them man don't even like racking up debt, you know. Them man just don't care, innit? Them man they move like they got 9 lives, like a Ross Clark feline, you know. Them man don't care about debt. Them man don't care about racking up credit card debt, running up payday loans, borrowing money from their brethren and that they can't pay back, or they can't pay back this bank personal loan and that. Them man, they just don't care. It's not a case of them feeling like they're immortal. Them man, they just don't business. They have no responsibility when it comes to debt. A poorer man, he is terrified of debt, you know. Never take out a loan for a business venture. A poorer man will just about take out a mortgage loan, you know. He will look at his mortgage term and realize, rah, I've only got 12 years left of this mortgage. And what he will do is he'll work overtime every day to clear this debt. That is stupid. If you're going to work overtime, use that money to go and buy other properties. Leave the debt there. As long as you're making your monthly payments and that, leave the debt there. Furthermore, you can use that debt to leverage and buy other properties and that. The poor man don't understand any concept about growth and taking any type of risk and that. A man's philosophy is never get into any kind of debt. In order to become rich, you need to get into some kind of debt. For the most part, the majority of the rich people, them around who are worth a lot of money, they've had to borrow some money from somewhere to get to where they are, innit? And the rich man, he loves debt, but good debt only. A rich man's not concerned with bad debt. A rich man, who wants to get into bad debt? A rich man loves good debt. A rich man wants to take on certain debts, like properties and that, so that they can use this property to buy that property, then that property to buy that property. Then this first original property, he can start buying more properties and that. Next thing you know, it's a snowball effect. Rich man, they like taking on good debt. Not bad debt, but they like taking on good debt. They like using their original debts, their good debts, to leverage and accumulate more wealth. A broke man does not think about building up wealth. A broke man thinks about now. He don't give a damn about the future. He don't care about his future or his children's future. He just thinks about what's going on today. A poor man doesn't think about building up wealth, you know. And even if he did, he'll be too afraid to take that risk. A poor man is only concerned with living comfortably. A poor man doesn't think about his children or his grandchildren. He just wants to know, say, that he's comfortable to the day he dies. And a man with the rich man's mindset thinks about, how can I make sure that my children, my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren can live off my wealth? How can my actions today help my children, my great-grandchildren, my great-great-grandchildren and that? That's how a rich man thinks. A rich man don't think about today or the rest of his life. He thinks about his children, his grandchildren, his great-grandchildren and so on. Winning or coming into a large sum of money. So let's say, for example, someone goes on a game show like Deal or No Deal and wins 50,000. Or they get 50,000 from one of their dead relatives, a grandparent or something like that. Now, the broke man and the poor man are both exactly the same, pretty much. I used to watch Deal or No Deal when I was in jail, innit? And there's some people, if you've ever watched the program, innit, yeah, they can either take the money or gamble or whatever, innit? And some people will have 50 grand and they will say, yeah, you know what, I'm going to take this 50 grand. I'm not going to bother gamble and get the 200 grand or whatever, innit? And they say this one statement that differentiates the poor and the broke man from the rich man or the man that's used to having money's mindset. This 50 grand is going to be life changing. Really and truly. If you have any sort of money blueprint, how can 50 grand change your life? Do you know why it's going to change your life? Because definitely the broke man's going to do this. If the broke man comes into 50 grand, he's just going to spend it. He's going to upgrade his lifestyle and that. The poor man, he'll probably just save it. But come on, man, how low is your money blueprint that 50 grand is going to change your life? 50 grand will not change my life, you know. No way. And as you've guessed already, if a rich man goes on Deal or No Deal and wins 50 grand, or unfortunately a relative passes away and he inherits 50 grand, it's not going to do anything to him. He's going to still live the same lifestyle. That 50 grand, he's going to think to himself, how can I invest this money? A man's not going to upgrade his lifestyle. He's not going to think to himself, oh, this is life-changing money. Like, how pathetic is that? How pathetic is your lifestyle, or how low is your money blueprint that 50 grand can change your lifestyle? Really? Is 50 grand really life-changing to you? Seriously? Student loan. A broke man will take out a student loan and look at that as some type of payday, you know. There are people out here who have taken out student finance, and guess what they've done with the money? They financed a brand new Corsa, or they financed a brand new Fiesta. How stupid is that? A poorer man, he won't take out no student finance. He won't even go to university in it because he doesn't want to have to pay off any debt. I told you already, a poor man is terrified of debt. A poor man, if he did go to uni and rack up some kind of student debt or whatever, do you know what one woman said? Do you know what one woman said to me before? She went to uni a long time ago. It's a big woman. Woman's all pushing well into her 60s now. She said to me a few years back that if she earns under a certain amount, which she does, which she purposely does, she doesn't have to pay back the student loan. How dumb is that? So I think if you earn under 20 grand a year, you don't have to pay back the student loan. That is how a poor person thinks, you know. A poor person thinks, okay, I've gone to uni, I've racked up this debt, but what I'm going to do is, the threshold is 20 grand. So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to work jobs that are £18,000. I get paid £18,000 a year so that I never have to pay back that student loan. What type of mindset is that? That is the ultimate poor man's mindset. A man doesn't even want to earn or a woman doesn't want to earn a certain amount of money because they don't want to have to pay back the student loan. So you've literally put yourself in a box for the rest of your life. You literally can sit back and say to yourself, if I was to earn £18,000 per year, and if I was to save this amount, this is how much I'll have at the age of 80 years old or 70 years old. That is the most ludicrous thing I've ever heard in my life. True story, some woman at the uni that I went to, she told me that. Madness. And a man with a rich man mindset, I mean, no one wants to take out a student loan in it, yeah, but if you don't have parents that are going to give you the money, which most people aren't, you're going to have to do it. But the man with a rich man mindset is going to say to yourself, I'm invested in myself. So you know what? Taking on the student debt is actually worth it, you know. When a parent dies and a property is left behind, the broke man, the people with the broke mindset, they turn into bloodthirsty scavengers, you know. I've seen it with my own eyes. There's an estate called Stroud Green Estate in Finsbury Park. And some of you lot might have heard me speak about this before, innit? I was working there when I used to work for Holmes at Haringey. And there's a black woman on the phone. She's Jamaican, but probably English born like man, innit? And she's talking loud. You know us black people are loud, innit? She's standing in the middle of this estate. I'm talking about this woman's like 150 meters away from man, innit? Yeah? And she's shouting, having an argument on the phone. She's like, I don't know what happened to you lot. Mum, it's not even cold in the ground. The funeral was last week and you're already talking about selling the house. So what happened was, there's probably a couple of kids in there. When I say kids, these people are big people, 40, pushing 50 and that. The mum has passed away. The mum was like 70 years old or whatever, innit? And she's left a property behind. Now all the kids want to come out of the woodwork and tear that property to shreds and sell it, literally. Because, especially around them areas like Finsbury Park, Stroud Green and that, a lot of the properties them are worth a lot. Some of the, our people them have bought properties around there, innit, yeah, when they were cheap, and now they're worth all 800 grand and that. And sometimes, unfortunately, when the parents die, the kids them, which are big people, they just turn into scavengers and that. They don't care about the property. They just care about extracting the money out of the property. A property could be worth 700 grand. They're so money hungry. You know what they do? They will sell the property for 500 grand so they could get their cut quickly. You know why? Because they want to buy Audi. They want to buy Mercedes, Balenciaga, go Dubai, take these pictures in front of million-star hotels and that. That is the ultimate broke man mindset, you know. And the poor man, he'll probably just move in so he can live for free. The man with the rich man mindset, he will either leave the property where it is and just look to rent it out, or if he's going to sell it, he's going to want to get the most for it. A man's not a scavenger. A man ain't got no money hungry mentality in that. A man knows what it's worth, innit? So a man will sit there and be patient and wait. A man will either rent it out or sell it for what it's worth, not take some stupid lowball offer for the Ras Clark property. Respect for making it to the end of the video. Stay wise. Done now.